Hi guys, hope everything is great today. Today is Thursday, June 4th, and believe it or not, we are done with topic 14. We are not going to do lesson 14-4. You are, of course, welcome to take a look at that on your own if you would like to. It would be great extra practice. But this is really it. I told you it was going to be quick. Today we're going to start reviewing for our unit assessment, which will take place next Tuesday. Today we're going to be using the Reteaching workbook pages as our guided notes. So if you don't have your workbook handy, please pause this video, go grab workbook page 759. It's the Reteaching pages. So here's what we're going to do. After you're done watching this video, you are going to complete workbook pages 761 to 762. It's like that red assessment page for topic 14. It's kind of like a practice test. You're going to complete this two-sided workbook page completely on your own, right? Check your work, go slow, like kind of pretend like it's the real test. Then you're going to bring your completed workbook page to Monday's live lesson or video lesson, and we're going to go over the answers. So I know what you're thinking, like, well, then I don't really have to do it today, do I? I could wait and just have it done by Monday. The truth is, you could if that's what you decide to do. But my advice would really be to do it now. Get it over with, done with, so you don't forget about it. And then on Monday, we'll go over all of the right answers, and that will really help you prepare for our real test, which was going to be on Tuesday. All right, so let's get started. All right, so you are going to have out this page. Again, it is page 759. It is the reteaching page. And what I love about the reteaching pages is that alongside the left-hand side, it's all review. And then on the right-hand side, it's some practice problems. So we're going to do both. It says you can use the rule subtract 3 to continue the pattern. So you're going to see it's 24, subtract 3 is 21, minus 3 is 18, and we just kept going and going and going. The next three numbers in the pattern are 9, 6, and 3. One of the features of the pattern is that all the numbers are multiples of 3, right? Check that out, right? Like 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12, etc. Another feature is that all the numbers in the pattern alternate, even, odd, right? Even, odd, even, odd, even, odd. Pretty unique. All right, so now it's our turn to try it out. It says, remember to check that the numbers in your pattern follow the rule. Use the rule to continue each pattern. Describe a feature of the pattern. So let's see. The rule is add 2. So 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. And don't forget, they want us to describe a feature. I guess one feature could be that all the numbers are odds. All odds. Okay, let's try another one. This rule is subtract 4. So 22 minus 4 is 18. 18 minus 4 is 14. 14 minus 4 would be 10. 10 minus 4 is 6. And 6 minus 4 is 2. And one of the features that I happen to notice is that all of these numbers are even. All even. All right. Moving down to set B. This was lesson 14.2, where we were using data tables to come up with our patterns. So it says the regular price is twice the sale price, right? Twice means times 2. You can use the rule divide by 2 to continue the pattern. Okay, so here's the regular price, here's the sales price. So we can use the rule divide by 2 to come up with the sale price. It's like 50% off, right? So 44 divided by 2 is 22. 44 divided by 2 is 22. 42 divided by 2 is 21. And if we didn't know this, we could actually do it out on the paper, right? You're just chopping everything in half. Half of 40 is 20. Half of 38 is 19. If you're going to divide 36 by 2, you'd get 18. and 34 divided by 2 is 17. The regular price is a multiple of the sale price, and the sale price is a factor of the regular price, right? So that's where we see our multiple and our factor. And those are some features of this data table. Let's take a look at some patterns of our own. We're going to use the rule to come up with the missing number, and we're going to describe a feature of the pattern. So our rule is multiply by 18. So 3 times 18, I'm going to trust that they're right, is 54, right? Or I could do it on the side. 9 times 18, I don't know that off the top of my head, but I can figure it out, right? 9 times 8 is 72. 9 times 1 is 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 162 is what I get. And let's see, a feature. Let's see, that would be even. I could say that they're evens. We could also say that the number of wheels are multiples of 18, right? Because they have to be. We're multiplying by 18. So I'm going to write that. Number of wheels is a multiple of 18. Okay, our next one is divide by 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 18 divided by 3 is 6. 24 divided by 3 is 8. And 30 divided by 3 is 10. And we want to make sure we include that dollar sign because all of the other ones have that too. It's our label. And one of the features, let's see, what do we notice here? I'm going to put down, my feature is that the amount saved, I'm going to abbreviate here, saved is a factor of the amount earned. And let's explain what that means. So 4 is a factor of 12, right? Because we know that 4 times 3 would equal 12. 6 is a factor of 18 because 6 times 3 equals 18, right? If we were to factor 18, or we put the little parentheses, you do 1 times 18, right? 2 times 6, and you keep going. 3 times 6, 2 times 9, right? Those are all factors. Let's try the very last one on this page. Our rule is multiply by 4. So 20 times 4 would be 80. And what do we notice? Let's see. All of the legs are multiples of 10, right? We could say that if we wanted to, because they all end in zeros. We could say the number of chairs is a factor of the number of legs. Number of chairs is a factor of the number of legs, right? Because 5 is a factor of 20, right? 5 times 4 is 20. 10 is a factor of 40. 15 is a factor of 60. And 20 is a factor of 80. All right, let's turn over that paper. All right, and now we're talking about the rules. So this was yesterday's lesson when we talked about using shapes and repeating patterns to predict future shapes. So it says you can use the rule circle, triangle, square to continue the repeating pattern. All right, so circle, triangle, square. This is the part that you would copy. Then we have another one, circle, triangle, square, circle, triangle, square, and then, it'd keep on going. You can use the rule to find the 25th shape in the pattern. How do we do it? We divide. We say 25 divided by however many shapes appear in the original pattern. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to divide by 3. So a 3 can't go into 2, but 3 can go into 25. 8 times, 3 times 8 is 24. We have a remainder of 1. That means right? The pattern's going to repeat 8 full times and then one more shape. So 8 full times and one more would be the circle. So the circle is the 25th shape in the pattern. Let's try it out. Draw the next 3 shapes in the repeating pattern. The rule is right, up, up. So we have right, up, up, right, up, up, right, up, up, right, up, up, right. And they want us to draw the 50th shape in the pattern. All right, so before we can do that, we have to see what is the part that actually repeats, right? It's right, up, up, right, up, up. So we know that there's 3 parts to our pattern. So we're going to take 50 and divide it by 3. 3 can go into 5 one time. Bring down our 0. Now we have a 20, right? I'm sorry. No, I'm right. Okay. 3 can go into 26 times. 3 times 6 is 18, 19, 20. So it's 16, remainder 2. So what that means is that I can do this pattern 16 times, right? And then I'll have 2 left over. So 1, 2. So the next pattern is going to be an up. Alrighty. Write the next, sorry, I wrote over this, but we can still do it. Write the next 3 numbers in the repeating pattern. The rule is 3, 5, 7, 9. So we have 3, 5, 7, 9, 3, 5, 7, 9, 3, 5, da, 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 da. What will be the 100th number in the pattern? Right, before I can figure that out, what is my original pattern or sequence? What's my original sequence? So 3, 5, 7, 9. 3, 5, 7, and keeps going. So there's 4 numbers in my original sequence. So I'm taking 100. I'm dividing it by 4. And you might know this if you think about it in terms of money. If you had 4 quarters, you would have $1, right? So 4 times 25 is 100. So that means it repeats 25 full times. There's no remainder. So our 100th number is going to be the number 9. So 9 is the answer. Okay, and finally, let's talk about, now this is the page that would go normally with that lesson that we skipped, but I think it's worth it to just go over it briefly. It says, think about these questions to help you look for relationships. So we're going to be thinking, like, what patterns can I see and describe? And how can I use the patterns to solve the problem? And can I see expressions and objects in different ways? So let's take a look at this first one. It says, remember to use the rule that describes how objects or values in a pattern are related. So Sam creates a pattern using the rule, each layer has 3 cubes. So here's 3 cubes, and that's another layer added on. So this has 2 layers, which is 6 cubes. And then 1, 2, 3 layers. So 3 times 3, it would be 9 cubes. And he wants us to draw the next shape in Sam's pattern. Oh, I hate drawing 3D objects, but I'm going to try here, right? So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, and then I'll have my other layer on top of that. So what I've kind of copied now is this one, even though it doesn't really look the same. And if I'm going to do the next one, so I want to add 3 more cubes, right? And then if I really want to get fancy, I could try to make it 3D. I'm not so good at that, but something like that, right? So that would be the next shape if I was going to draw it. Use the rule to continue Sam's pattern. So one story has 3 blocks in it. 2 stories, meaning, like stories of a building, like the height, has 6 blocks. 3 stories is 9 blocks. 4 stories would be how many blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? What were we doing here? We were multiplying by 3. So our rule is multiply by 3. And the question is, how many blocks are in the 10th shape in Sam's pattern? How many blocks are in the 10th shape? How many blocks are in the 10th shape? Not really sure what they mean by that. Oh, well, I guess you could just multiply 10 by 3, right? Because our rule is multiply by 3. So the 10th shape would be 10 times 3, which would be 30. So that would be 30 blocks. All right, guys, that's it. You are officially done with topic 14. And your job for today is to do take the test. I'm going to just show it to you briefly. This is the practice test that appears in your workbook. You can rip it out. You're going to go slow. You're going to do your very best. You're taking it by yourself. It has 12 questions. Technically, you don't have to be done with this until Monday. On Monday, you're going to bring this piece of paper with you to either our live lesson or the video lesson. I'd really like it to be live, though. I miss you guys. I want to see your faces. If you haven't been to a live lesson lately, please join me. Review days are always really good days to join live lessons because sometimes I slip and I give away answers. I just can't help it. So if you can, join me, but this has to be done by Monday. All right, folks, have a lovely day, and I will see you guys soon. Excited for field day tomorrow.